Hi, hello. How are you? So I'm just sitting here thinking about like the chosen, just different journeys and life, right? Just life. And I was thinking about the chosen ones, like everything that's happening in the universe right now, the realms, like whatever frequency you want, whatever you see, whatever you don't, whatever is happening. And I want to use the word chosen ones, but like whatever is happening and whatever people are vibrating on specific gifts, on specific frequencies with specific gifts, insight, whatever we want to call it, and the things that they have gone against in their lifetimes, the things that has happened to them, the ways that they have been stifled, the spiritual warfare they've been under, the mental, emotional, just like the amount of time, attention, effort, um, that has been thrown at them over all this time, right? It took me back to the Bible, how under whichever king that was when Moses was born, when Jesus was born. Who else? I feel like it was another prophet in which was it Jeremiah? Let me think. Jeremiah, Ezekiel. I think Elijah. It wasn't Job. Jonah. What was happening in Jonah's life? No, it wasn't Jonah. Joseph or his daddy. Which one of them? Was it Abraham? Well, I don't know. Well, whoever. All of them who had the king set out a decree to kill the children under 2, under 5, under whatever, right? Like decree went out into the land to kill all of the firstborn boys across the land that were this age or that were this age or whatever it was, right? Because they were waiting for the gifted one. They were waiting for the Son of God to come, whatever, or the gift, or the gifted, whatever gift that was, whatever promised person that was, whatever chosen one that they were waiting for, right? They didn't know which way it was gonna come, so instead of so they decided to just kill all of them in the land, taking kids from the mamas just to stifle whatever was promised to come to to elevate the people a little further, to break a couple curses, to be the promise, right? I was just thinking that as my mind was going across some other things, just as some things are being revealed to me, as I see some things that I've experienced um, over the years, and how I know how I know that I'm not alone. Like my story is unique for some people, but there are other stories. There are other people living different lives, different things happening on other frequencies, and it's just like, who decided Who did the decree come from? To kill the chosen, to attack them, to try to kill them, I should say, and succeed with some. And the death isn't always a physical death. Like, where did the decree to come from of who to watch, who to attack, and when? Because it's been a while since I opened one of those Bibles, the any yet. But I always say that some truth in everything. It's some, you can take something from most things, especially the Bible. However I feel about it, like I I've had multiple relationship dynamics with the Bible. I have followed that heartbeat, the heartbeat of that God. The pulse of that God, the mind of that God, the heart of that God. I have tried to understand those characters one way or another. I have experienced them in different ways. And I went looking for answers and understanding and wisdom. That book, like that journey, I took a journey with them. I took a journey. And I took a journey. That was my life, right? But as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn. If this was my journey, like what was somebody else's journey? Like, and I'm privy to some stuff I'm not. And then I'm like, so who put out that order? Like, if back then, if that was the order was to kill, okay. And then in this timeline, on that timeline, the order was to kill, but it went out different ways. Like, oh, so we gonna take these and we gonna put them over there, or we gonna break them like that, or okay, like how, which ones can we get something from? Like, it just feel like it changed. But was it? But did it? Like, did it? I guess depending on who was given the order. Because who are you? Did you just say get rid of them and that be it, or did you say, well, wait, don't just kill them. Bring them over here. Let's see what we can extract. Let's see. Let's study. Let's put them over here and watch and see, like, what, how did that go? And how far off was it? Mm-hmm. No. But what's in the name is important. So that king, a couple of them kings was like, this what it is. And then y'all over here talking about King Jesus. Okay, that's fine. Like, but what kind of king is this that you have crowned now? And that you have told your children to crown? What kind of king is that over their life? Like, what kind of God is this that you told me is the head of my life? Because according to you, you're telling me that it's a God that I can't question. It's a God that I just have to take what they say. That it's the God of wrath and fury and jealousy and like all of these things is what you telling me that this God is. And it's a God of freaking confusion, and it's a God of like little like, okay, and that's cool. And then if you telling me that in this book now, this is also that God in the flesh, because this God is spirit, but this God is flesh. But then there's another spirit that don't nobody really know nothing about that came. I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to put all these pieces together the way you telling me, because, all right. So I studied this Old Testament, studied it, broke it down, what I could, like, came back, like, I studied it. I'm like, okay. And I came and studied this too. And I'm like, okay, so y'all telling me that this is this in the spirit. Like, the spirit came through this. And back then, my knowledge was, my understanding was different because I was coming from that, wherever I was at, trying to make stuff fit. It's like, okay, so this God is spirit, got it. And this God, like, decided, he gifted this person, decided to gift this being, this feminine being with this woman with this gift. He said, I am going to come through you. I'm going to bring this gift through you. But somehow y'all made it seem like it was just, I'm going to come through you. Ain't no man going to touch you. You the virgin. Like, we connected. Like, however that is, we connected. And I am going to, and it could have been on something, like, it could have been. But y'all stories ain't adding up over here. Like, it could have been a God saying, I'm going to come through you and I'm going to give you a gift. You've been untouched. And I know, you got this going on, but before that happened, like, but our Bible don't say that there was really a conversation for real. But I guess because there was a reverence, like, that Bible, it didn't really say. It was just like, she's like, oh, okay, yay. But, like, we didn't understand that was a reverence. I didn't understand it, and I don't feel like it was just like, okay, you got this person over here that's supposed to be your fiance, but y'all ain't did nothing. All right, so, and y'all saying that because this came through her as a spirit, like, got decided to deposit this gift of a child, of a seed, of a baby inside, and then it became this being. Jesus came through this woman untouched. I can get with that, but not under that pretend, like, not under that dynamic, because the flow didn't work. Like, it wasn't even, especially not the way being taught. Like, so in the way being taught, you made her so you just decided that you were going to have a baby by her, that you wanted to gift her with a baby. But did you ask her? Were you helping? Because now it says that you went to this man and was like, hey, that's my child. She untouched. It's my child. You got to marry her. Like, that feel like, okay. And it's just the times. Like, my bad. I couldn't stop myself. So I went in. It was her. I wanted her. That sounds like David. Following after his man, like, following after the God that he served. Saw what he wanted and got it. Like, and I said that to God. when I was praying and asking for stuff. I want to have a heart after you like David had. That was a specific prayer and ask when I was really studying my Bible and I was trying to determine who God was to me. Who, like, I'm gonna study this and you show me who you are. Everybody else is telling me, and I'm reading. I keep reading this Bible, and I keep getting different stuff every time I read it. And I'm reading this journey. I'm over here. I'm listening to this. I'm okay. So everybody. So this is what it is. So like, you talk to me, cause you talk to me. These pages talk to me different. So this is what you talk. You just is okay. So I see that you seen a woman, and I ain't even put it together, but you saw this being, and you said, I want to have her. She, for whatever reason, she is perfect for this gift that I want to bring forth. I know she connected over there, and I know that's supposed to be going on, but like, this is what I want. And then you come to her in her dream, whatever that is, and then you say, hey, this is what I want. And you got it. And the way it's being described, like she almost nobody. Like she didn't really have the option to say no, even if she wanted to. That's how I felt. Like if she would have said no, would that have been acceptable? Because that was kind of skipped over in the whole process of things. Like, did she feel like she could say no, or was she just like, oh, because it's you? So then it's like you did it, like you did it, and then you went and told this man after he figured out, like, hey, and he looking at her and he looking and she, so like you left the responsibility on her to tell him or him to find, like, how did he find out? And then it's like you went after, like, oh yeah, I took your girl, like I saw her, go ahead and marry her, she ain't do nothing, this is y'all gift. Would you put any in on this gift? Like, you helping? How was you helping? Was you doing stuff? You just added a burden to my household, and now you like, I don't even got no choice. Like, yeah, I was gonna marry her for whatever. I was committing to her for whatever reasons I was committing to her, and you was like, yeah, but I'm gonna do her first, and then you can commit to her. And then what? Like, so now I'm supposed to be taking care of your kid, and you ain't even really asking. But you of this position, like you this person, you here. So I feel like, okay, like now I gotta do it. So how am I looking at this lady and this baby and this responsibility? Cause like I had posted something many years ago, and I was still in there. So like, God, like, how was that, Mary? Like, hey, I need some shoes, God. Oh, Joseph now in charge of everything. Like, you made this plan for everybody. How is it? What's happening now? Because I'm reverencing you, because like we praying to you, like what's happening? Because right now I have a life of chaos and I'm hiding. And even if I choose to have other children and stuff, which is cool, but like now we live in this life. And like, was it really an ask or did it just tell? And then like, how was you helping? Did you just do it, decided like this for this, and then you took your hands off of it? Like, and then I'm over here and I'm reading about David and I'm like, whoa. But God, David had to go through some shit. He had to feel that. Like, why? Because he wasn't God. But that mean, was he not chosen? Because what was that relationship then? That like David did the same thing that you did, kind of, except at some point you went to the other man and you told him, oh, because he killed them out. He had him killed. He had him killed. He went a little further. He had his warrior, his soldier killed out in battle and you just don't do that. But because of your decision, a bunch of kids was killed. Like, so how do you, under this hierarchy, under this storyline, under with the information given, like, how do you separate the two? Because now, like, who is this God, right? Like, who are you, God? So and then it always talked about like David's heart for God. He loved God so much that like he chased him for real. And he like, it's been so long since I read that story, like anything about David, but like his love of God, his faith in God, and through Goliath, like all that. But I used to like, when I say I used to, it's been a while. I probably could, but I don't care. Like I probably could go and brush up, but I don't care enough. I'm just going off the top of my head. Like I wasn't planning on talking about all this, so whatever comes. But it was like, but I do remember having specific prayers, and I asked for a heart after God like David had. That was a prayer. Like that was a request. And I did stuff like that throughout the Bible. If I read and whatever resonated, it was like, wow. So Abraham was this. Now, I personally ain't a fan of Abraham or his wife Sarah. Not some like, to me, when I'm thinking about the dynamics of the time that's given to us, like there was a servant girl who already only had like so much say in what she could accomplish in her life, right? Like this system put her down here. And you two decided that because some things was happening for you, that like whatever she had going on didn't matter. She had to sleep with him whether she wanted to or not. Like, okay. And it happened. And then she got pregnant by him and she had a baby and whatever happened. But like, you was salty because she got smart with you. Like, that's what I used to see. When I read it, the way that I saw Sarah, I was like, so you brought somebody in your shit whether they wanted to or not. And however you felt about it, like as this person that was um asked, that was like your husband came to you and coincided, he confided in you and y'all decided together that this is what was gonna happen. And this girl, from the way the story is, from the way that I know of the times and like the status, like it was what it is. She was your servant, right? So you giving her up. Then this is what your purpose is gonna be now. Even if you was loving somebody, if you was hoping, like this is what it is. So this is what y'all made her life. And then you decided like, oh, now that I had my baby, she got smart with me. She said something like, she did something like, I don't know, her son a little too cocky. Yeah, I know he the firstborn. Yeah, I know we decided, but like now I have a son. And so I don't really want that reminder of what we did back then. Like, yeah, but like now because I'm here, I feel like she done got a little too cocky. And it didn't really say like that. What was her name? It wasn't Hannah. What was it? Was it Hannah? No. Which one was she? What was her name? What was Ishmael? What was his mom's? Was that Ishmael? What was his mom's name? You would have two king. Adam. Yeah, Isaac. Isaac and Ishmael. Wasn't it those two brothers? Isaac. Or was that Isaac? Yeah, no. Because the one he sent out in the wilderness and the one stayed here. And then later, they both had kids. Esau. Esau and Jacob was for them. My family, the family tree is. But yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. If y'all don't, y'all can go read it. But like, and I thought Abraham was a sucker for real. Like, so this was your kid. Like, I'm like, oh, so you was like one of the first sorry nigga baby daddies. Like, you sent this one out to the wilderness. Like, that was your flesh and blood. And you was so whack as a man, as a father, that like you allowed her to tell you to put her in the wilderness. And just from the concept of what's being told in this story, that the information is being shared, like she ain't even do nothing. Just because you could. Like y'all did it just because y'all could. Whack. So from young, that story of Abraham and Sarah and them, I was like, oh, he weak. Like, but I read the story multiple times because Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just something, 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 right foot, left foot. Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. And let's just save the world. Was that what the words was? What was the words? So, and then when you start thinking about the different tribes, Father Abraham, you had to list the tribes then. And let's just list the tribes. Ham, I think Shem, East, Ishmael. Oh shit, I can't remember. But we used to have to list the tribes and where they were and who they were and who their yeah. But I was Abraham when I was younger. I was like, and Sarah, I did not like her. I was like, oh no, you was not a good woman. Like you were not a good woman. And yeah, you had your own story. But I couldn't see why like she was like uplifted because you had a baby because you were older, but you didn't. Not to like your journey was your journey, but you did some stuff on that journey that wasn't right. And so I ain't gotta reverence you. But let me see what you got. You got so I'm like, okay. I'm like, so okay, I'll take your obedience. I'll take obedience. Like what was it about Abraham that you loved? And whatever it was, I'm like, I think it was his obedience. Whatever I got, I was like, can you give me obedience? And then I was like obedience like Abraham, like or whatever I asked. I had my prayer journal, but I used to be really specific. I was like, I ain't. Should have been like, I ain't killing my kid for it. But I had already sacrificed my kid, like, unknowingly. It wasn't a willful sacrifice, essentially. Like, but that's how I feel. Like, I sacrificed my childhood and my life to you already. So, I ain't offering no more